Welcome everyone, today we are going to look at my personal top 6 easiest bosses in Bloodborne. Having recently completed the game and then quickly followed up with New Game Plus, I compiled a quick list with commentary on my top 6 easiest bosses. Of course, this is subject to opinion, but this is simply based on my personal experiences fighting these monsters. This is based on the main game only, no DLC or chalice dungeons included. I will start with the harder of the 6 easiest bosses down to the easiest of the easy. Make sense? Let's go. Rom is very passive for the first third of his or her, or is it a it? I don't know. We'll stick with it. I digress. For the first third of its life bar, you have 2 routes in order to tackle this. Slowly bait and kill each spider, which does not respawn, or just stick Rom with your pointy end. And no, that's not a dick joke, it's a Game of Thrones reference. Yes, that's it. After a third of so of its HP has been poked by your pointy end, continue to slash it while it teleports and repeat this 2 more times. Rom will be more pissed off now and can be challenging with its blue meteors of death, which can be a pain in the ass to dodge, especially when you're trying to focus on the newly created spiders. Once again, you can ignore these, or just try and keep Rom in view. I don't know how this is actually classified as a spider. Have you seen it? It's like a centipede turd with its head gone ultra hard from sitting in the sun for too long. A head which can easily one-shot you, just like all of its little baby spiders, which are also like baby turds sitting in the sun for too long. Yes, Rom, you do look adorable when you roll only to shoot that blue bullshit from your anus cavity though. I'll give you that much. It's just very strange and unsettling how the penultimate boss of this game is also one of the most easiest, passive and forgiving of all the bosses. The nightmare babysitter who I will never give a tip to or pay more after hours. No, like seriously. Fondles toddlers with 6 or so blades. Like come on, who would hire Freddy Krueger to babysit? Kudos to the lullaby playing in the background to send shivers down my spine throughout, whilst trying to lull me into a false sense of security, guys. Anyway, when Edward Scissorhands attacks you, you simply barrel roll to the side and attack until the boss very slowly circles to you, and repeat until the irresponsible babysitter smokes drugs and causes a hazy hallucinogenic state to occur all around you for some time. Drugs are bad, okay? In this form, you can still attack the babysitter, but it's safer to run in circles while doppelgangers spawn and try to hit you. But if Nightmare on Elm Street has taught us anything, running like a coward is a way to survive 5 Nights at Freddy's, and live to survive another day. This just keeps you on your toes, and sometimes the weird crow thing likes to teleport away from you before slowly come back to attack you. I honestly don't know what the point of this is. I just still don't get it to this day. Keep on the offensive and strategically run like the toddler you are away from the nanny, like any good children's movie, and then you will slay the nightmare. The One Reborn is absolutely scary as fuck when you first look at the cinematic, but you realise it's all style and no real substance. After all, it is made from skeletons and zombies all glued together like the devs wanted to recreate the human centipede. What? Too far? The cinematic subtly shows you mages on the balcony, which is a hint to get up there and slaughter each of those bastards before returning to the ground. He is incredibly slow, dumps some blood garbage crap, which a snail could dodge, and stamps around a little bit. He doesn't react to you carving into him for long periods of time. Maybe the sicko dev who designed this gangbang is the doctor from the human centipede, and we're all just fulfilling his lustful craving for fetish-filled blood orgy. I don't know, you roll with it, I roll with it. Either way, he dies. Oh, unholy caged cheese factor. I only discovered this on my New Game Plus run by complete accident, which is a huge oversight by the devs, but I'll get into that in a moment. This canary caged boss is a pain in the ass and probably has ruined most speedruns in the game. He runs around teleporting throughout this foggy maze with his slow as fuck skeleton puppets who constantly just reanimate throughout the encounter. This fight can take towards 20 minutes or upwards, or longer to do on your first visit? And where's your poor L3 movement stick? I know mine has. And my poor thumb. My poor thumb. Rest in peace. Besides not knowing if it's Cos or Cosm, he also doesn't know which way he wants to run. He spends most of his time jumping through mirrors, pretending he's like Alice through the fucking looking glass. No wonder he wears a bird cage on his head. He's fucking insane. You may score a hit or two on him as you run throughout the maze, but eventually he will corner himself into a room until you bring him to half HP. His only defending move is the Argor of Atreus, which is the tentacle porn coming out of his fingers. Don't ask me what he does at night, I don't want to know. Once he casts it, get right into his bird-caged face and fuck it up until he fakes his death, only to unlock the second portion of the maze and begin his wet dreams of Alice again. And when you finally think you cornered him, he drops a gate on your ass, forcing you to run around, or we can do the cheese factor. When he drops down for the second time, don't follow him. As you can see on the video, his AI is programmed to not lock the door until you do so. So instead, he will stand and wait while you shoot your juicy load all over him until he creams himself in satisfaction. These two frail bitches, witches, my apologies, are slowly and forgetful in their old age. These sisters, or lesbian lovers, or maybe they're just friends. And that's a big maybe. Oh god, I don't even want to think of the unholy, decrepit finger banging. Or the withered scissors. Ew. They stand and wait in the shadows, only becoming visible once you get close to them, and teleport after a few successive blows to them. Ew. You can make this fight even easier by finding the second witch who is not yet indicated by a HP bar and slowly whittle her down. On my first kill I found this out by accident, noticing I was pummeling the witch but her bar did not deplete. It didn't faze me at first because I thought they were casting some powerful voodoo shit which made them invincible to my attacks. I was first thinking this is a Hocus Pocus reference, and once I had two dead witches I was waiting for Wilfred to turn up, but alas, she never did. Lame. Come little children, I'll take thee away. They conjure scary walking werewolf creatures who act nothing like their outside counterparts, which you can easily kite around the room. The witches will sometimes freeze you on the spot, but you're never really in danger with how slow the werewolf things are. The room is fairly sizable, so get on your running shoes as you will be going back and forth and playing a game of hide and go seek very often. If you kill off a witch, you have a generous amount of time to kill the other before it resurrects the falling bitch. Which, my apologies, once again, with only a quarter of its health, which only increases the fight by maybe another 30 seconds or so. So not really all that effective. I don't have much footage for this celestial emissary because there is just not much to show. This fight is over as soon as it begins, about 30 seconds or so. You will see a party of alien Pokemon flopping toward you, and every so often you'll see health drop down. That's because one of those aliens is the boss. The alien leader, take me to your leader, constantly uses revive potions, but they are almost as useless as Magikarp. Yes, that's right, almost. These guys can use trash. These also severely lack in the mental department, as they will chase after you until you drop down to a ledge, and then they won't even jump down after you. They'll run all the way back, taking the long way around instead of the shortcut, which lets the boss right open to die. This is an uncomfortably easy fight in which about after a third of Magikarp's health he will evolve. No, not into Gyarados, into a bigger alien. Yay! He's way too badass to waste his time with you. Bigger Magikarp does everything like the unevolved forms, just with bigger arms and casts more splash. Or should I say trash? Ah, come on, they're both useless, who gives a shit at this point? But wait, that's not even his final form. Towards the end, Magikarp will evolve and blossom into a funky disco ball with hundreds of throbbing tentacle penises sticking out of his head, which, if given the chance, can cast some white stuff at you. Spells. Come on. What were you even thinking? Wait, it's over? Thanks for joining in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this easy compilation with a little bit of silliness throughout. Until next time, have a good one. If you like me, make sure you subscribe. And if you don't like me, well, subscribe anyway. What's the harm? Check out all those social media, follow, like. I like likes. Do you like likes? I like likes too. And I got one of those Patreon things if you like support and stuff, but I don't expect that. But thank you anyway. Thanks for watching. Good luck and have a good one. But before I go, remember always to flex. Yeah.